world is always changing, and to cater for the future population, we will need to create a sustainable city. Introducing Koval Point, the city of the future, a city focused on health which will provide exceptional healthcare for all of its citizens, as well as efficient transport, comfortable housing, easily accessible community facilities, great recreational facilities, and clean green spaces. It will also be a livable city.
Urbanization is the shift of people from rural areas to cities. There are many issues with the urbanization, and it's especially evident in today's society. Clover Point will, of course, face many issues. Many cities that have undergone urbanization have faced problems.
Koval Point will face issues dealing with poverty, income gap, population density, high cost of living, and issues with environmental protection. Koval Point will be built with luxury in mind, for people of all ages. It will be a place with cultural diversity, a high standard of living, and a good, cheap cost of living. Koval Point will start off with a population of 15,000. Within 20 years, this population will double. This is a large population shift, and our city needs to be prepared.
About 10% of Australia's population live in apartments, and this number is growing fast, by about 78%. There is now one occupied apartment for every 5 separate houses, compared to one apartment for every 7 houses in 1991.
Housing all the citizens of a city with sustainability and affordability in mind is an issue in some places. Koval Point will have two main types of dwellings, apartments and townhouses. Apartments will be the main source of dwelling for the citizens, and they will be located in the residential lands, which will have standard apartments, and part of the growth area, which will have more technologically advanced apartments. To cater for the sick and the elderly, the townhouses will be located in the health facilities. This allows for a quicker response to these people in case of emergencies. These buildings will be built out of sustainable and environmentally friendly materials, but also be designed to look aesthetically pleasing. Because apartments have a high population density, the apartments will be built with proper insulation and designed with soundproofing in mind. The apartments and townhouses will be built to make use of as much natural light as possible to lower the amount people turn on their lights. Power to these buildings will be through local wind farms, hydro dams, and solar energy. Many community facilities will be located inside the mixed lands and industrial zone. There will be places of worship for Christians, Muslims, Buddhists, and Jews. This is because of Australia's main religions, with 52.1% of the population identifying as Christian, 2.6% as Muslim, 1.9% as Hindu, and 2.4% as Buddhist. There will also be 2 primary schools and 2 high schools, one of each located in the mixed land use and the other located in the industrial zone. There will also be 1 university, located on the border of the industrial zone and the mixed land. Australia has a high education rate, with 3.65 million kids being enrolled in school. This means that we will need to cater for every single possible kid. There will also be a community hub in the heart of the residential area, as well as a retirement facility. Entertainment and recreation is important for the citizens of a town as it brings in more citizens, keeps them there, and lets them live a luxurious lifestyle. Recreational facilities will be located inside the mixed land area as well as the growth area. However, there will be a shopping centre located on the border of these 2 lands. Koval Point Shopping Centre will contain cinemas, arcades, and shops of all kinds. It will be built large, however it will be compactly designed to save space for more residential area and green space. It will be built similar to the apartments of Koval Point, utilising as many natural materials as possible to keep it sustainable as well as reduce costs. All restaurants established in Koval Point will undergo a strict health and safety inspection every 6 months to ensure cleanliness. Sporting facilities will be located inside the green spaces, which includes a soccer field, a rugby field, and a basketball court. Transportation is a big issue within many cities. Koval Point will incorporate certain features that there is quick access around the whole city. Australians are reliant on cars, with 69% of the population that is eligible to drive commuting this way. Australia has over 19 million registered cars, yet only 602,000 people commute to work by only train or bus. Some ways to ease congestion are public transport. Public transport will be strongly emphasised within the community. There will be a train line running across the whole city, which will have a total of 3 train stations. Koval Point's train line will run mainly underground to save space above. There will also be an efficient bus line, in which no building is more than 10 minutes away from a bus stop, which means that there is no real reason for people to often use cars when commuting around the city. There will also be a freeway passing through Koval Point, which allows people to commute to work outside of the city, as well as let people in to see all the attractions Koval Point has to offer. There will be bus lines running across certain parts of the freeway to help people get to different places quicker. To ease congestion around the interchanges of the freeway, diamond interchanges will be used. These interchanges will be located in hotspot interchanges of the freeway around the city. These ease congestion. While they may look hard to use, they are quite easy and all the directions are provided. All cities need to be sustainable. All citizens need to reduce their waste and properly dispose of the waste they do make. Reusing and recycling will be heavily promoted from a young age to teach people how to correctly dispose of their waste. There will also be a landfill located here on the map. Connected development also helps sustainability of resources as it enhances physical, social, and economic connections, sparking innovations and thus reduces the amount people use.
Currently, Australia's energy comes from 14% renewable sources. By 2038, Covell Point aims to use 100% natural energy. Covell Point will be powered through sustainable energy sourced from local wind farms, hydro dams, but especially solar energy. Our city will also have extremely clean green spaces located in the parklands and around the creek areas. We need to utilise natural areas to provide these services. This can prevent the need for artificial recreational areas and can also provide some natural defence against natural disasters, especially floods. Our city will always be prepared for the future. Because the population is going to double within 20 years, many of the future developments need to take place early on, rather than a few years before the projected population is set to hit 30,000 people. All buildings will be designed with future renovation in mind, and will be built with sustainable materials so that they do not have to keep being replaced. Our city needs to be a city where innovation is a driving factor towards success. Innovative people improve the quality of life for the future, and this is what our education program intends to make. The prices of living will be kept low so that future citizens do not have to suffer for houses they can't afford. Progressively, every 10 years or so, public centres will receive an upgrade, which prepares them for a bigger population. Energy sources will be progressively expanded and transportation methods improved over time, so that they are both prepared for the future population, and do not have to suffer setbacks when the population hits 30,000 people. All of this will be beneficial to the citizens. Citizens are the key role in a city's expansion, and many changes that occur to the city will be eligible to discussion from the citizens to hear their feedback. Doing all of this with a focus of health and safety in mind will be beneficial to the citizens, as it will provide higher life expectancies because of the improved health and safety facilities. There will be a lower income gap because there will be a lot of public facilities for all to access so that no one is left behind without help, and there will be a general better cultural diversity because Covell Point will be connected so that there is no segregations from certain types of people. Overall, Covell Point will be a more connected society and a city of the future.